guys, I decided to sit down and film a tutorial for you today, but unfortunately I've only been doing my makeup for like 5 minutes. Y'all didn't miss much, but unfortunately I did press photo instead of video. Today I'm predominantly using my Hip.Zion palette. If I dip into any other palettes, I'll let you know. But so far, all I've done is lay down Wanderlust as a mid-tone right there. That very kind of pretty pinky brown. I like it. So pretty. I'm using windshield wiper motions and the fluffy blending brush so that I can really lay down a good foundation for the colors I'm going to build on top. I'm thinking we're going to go rose gold today. So we're going to do maybe a little bit of gold, a little bit of pink, a little bit of purple. See how the flavor goes, you know. Yeah. Now that I laid down Wanderlust, I am going to dip into Sandstone. This right here, it's kind of it's cream, but it has a little bit, like, if to the eye, it has a little bit, I can feel the orange in it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I'm going in with the same brush. Don't worry about cleaning it off because you're trying to blend these two colors in together. And I'm just going around the outer perimeter just to really make sure that it very softly, like, melts into my skin. Alright, this is what we have so far. I think I want to dip into a purple. So I'm going to now take a slightly denser blending brush. Right, a little bit denser. The denser your blending brush, the more pigment that you're going to pack on in one fell swoop, okay? So I think I want to dip into... See, I want to dip into Majesty, but I wonder if it'll make it too dark off the bat. Or if I should go into Narrows first. You know what? I'm going to trust my instincts and go into Narrows and then build it up with Majesty. So just to show you those colors so you have an idea of what I'm working with. Right here is Narrows. It has a little bit more, well, it has a little bit less blue in it. Definitely more on the red side of purples. And so if you look at Wanderlust right here, you see, like, you could put Wanderlust and then Narrows. Those are like cousin colors, you know? Like, they're similar, but not the same. One's a little darker, a little bit more pigmented. One's a little bit more neutral. All right, yep, we're gonna go in with Narrows first. Where, you know, tap in, tap off. That way you get the least amount of fallout, because you're gonna probably, well, I'm the one doing my makeup. I'm gonna probably dip into this a couple times to really get it where I want to get it. So when you're repeatedly dipping in, you have more of a chance for fallout, which is fine. Fallout's a natural occurring thing in makeup. Some people make a big deal. You know, not a big deal for me. And so here we're going to be different from the big swiping motions of the slightly larger blending brush. We're going to be doing patting and then small swirls. Because we really want to start to build that pigment, that color. And then don't be afraid to take a step back, look in your mirror head on, to make sure that you can see that color. Not everyone has to do this. I have to do this because I have hooded eyes. And that just means I have a little bit of extra eye chub right here that slumps down over onto my eyelid. And if I'm not paying attention to where I'm placing things, it gets a little funky. We ain't getting funky in here today. Well, I mean, you can get funky. I guess it all depends on your definition of funky. How are we looking, folks? What do you think? I love that color. I love this palette in general. Let me tell you, I bought this palette at like 1 a.m. I woke up and like I had been asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just scrolling on Instagram, my phone like this close to my face, and I just so happened to come across a Hip Dot ad, and that's where they got me. I was like, what? You know, this palette, I think I got it on sale, but I don't think I think this was like maybe around $23. And I was looking for like a warm red palette like this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. Yep, that's me. And now I'm going to go back in with that same blending brush that we used when we did Wanderlust and Sandstone. And I'm just going to soften that edge once again. No additional product on the brush. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to dip into that purple, and for that I'm going to use pencil brush. I'm using a pencil brush because I want that purple just exactly where I place it, and then I can blend it from there. And for that purple again, I'm going to dip into Majesty, I think. Yeah, Majesty. Look how pretty this is on the brush. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm just really focusing that. Not directly in my crease because like I said, I have hooded eyes, but maybe a little bit higher than the crease, and then once I blend it out, you'll be able to see it. I'm gonna go back in with that denser blending brush that we used right just moments earlier to apply and blend narrows, with no additional product left on the brush. With no additional product put on the brush, I'm gonna go in and blend that out and soften that. I'm being very conscious of where I'm putting and placing my brush because I want to diffuse that edge, but I don't want to take away any of the pigment. Boom. Look at that. Love that. Love that for me. That slightly fluffier brush from the beginning. I am going to clean it off a little bit on a microfiber wipe. I have, don't judge me. I got this like 10-pack of Brillo. There's no cleaning products on this. It's just a Brillo rag. Got it at the dollar store. And I would never use this on clients or like a shoot. But I figured for myself it would be so good. You know, a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And then I can just toss this in the washer and dryer. I don't have to even worry about 10 million paper towels all over my desk. So there's a little tip right there. I feel like whenever I do makeup, I end up with so much waste from cleaning brushes. I hate it. You know? I hate loose papers and loose plastic bags. Those are the things that really grind my gears. Alright. So, now I'm going to cut the crease. I'm working on a new technique. I'm working on ways to cut the crease in a way that really flatters my eye shape. So far, I've learned that if I look straight, I make a dot here, a dot at the top of my eye, and a dot at the outer corner, and then I just kind of connect them. I find that that gives me a really good look. So I'm going to work on that, and I can't talk while I do that, so I will check back in soon. Okay, so now that we have our lids cut out, I'm going to first dip into Virgin, which is this... I take that back. What I'm actually going to do is dip into Wild River, and I'm going to place that on my inner and outer crease. And I am going to use this kind of flat brush. You see? Little flat brush. I got this in Ulta palette years ago. Looks a little funky now, but I promise once you do that center color, it'll all come together. Another great thing about this palette is that the purples are pretty good. You know, if you are an avid makeup fan, you'll know that it's really hard to create a good purple shadow. I feel like they really knocked it out of the park with this one. Now that I have Wild River, I'm just going to go into Whisper right here next to it. See how these, when earlier we talked about Narrows and Wanderlust, we said that these are like cousins. These guys are even kind of closer. These are like siblings. Just on the just a tap. Really just a tap. Because in the pan they look very different. On the skin they look very similar. So we're just doing just a little tap. And now I'm going to go in just where the purple is and kind of marry it into that pink with just the tip of the brush, no additional product. And it doesn't take much with this type of shadow for it to really just kind of meld in. Really just kind of marry together. Like one family meeting another. The purples into the pink cranberry shades. Alright, very good. I'm going to pick up that fluffy blending brush from before. No additional product on it still. And I'm going to go around that a little bit. I'm using flicking motions like this because I want the purple to go into the cranberry. Boom. Beautiful. Now, see, we already cut the lid before. Now we're going to go in with, this is from the AOA Studio. I love these cream liners. They're so affordable. So good. They take a little bit of finessing sometimes, but it's worth it for what it is. So I'm going to go in with the shade Rose. Oh, this is backwards. But as you can tell, it's like a very pretty kind of orangey, kind of champagne-y color. And what I'm going to do is mix in a little bit of my NYX mixing medium. This stuff is very potent. It doesn't take much. I mean, a drop. Do you see here where I have my concealer from when I cut my lids? You see right there. That's how much mixing medium. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. Do not fool yourself. You really just want to work that cream shadow into the mixing medium. That way you get like the smoothest product. See how kind of thin it is now? Beautiful. That's what we like. I'm trying not to like hold this palette right up. I know it doesn't help you guys at all for you to see that. It's out of habit. I'm so sorry. So what I first did, I went in, I cut out that line, and then I drag it down onto the lid, and then in these corners, I'm just going to pat it to blend it. You know, it can be difficult to blend a cream into a powder. So that's where the patting motions come in. Don't treat a cream product the same way you treat a powder product. That way, you know, if you do that, you get a little muddy. And we have that mixing medium in there, so it really helps to just, you know, blend it, no harsh lines. And see? Not pretty? I don't know how well you can see. You'll definitely be able to see in pictures, because I can tell in real life it looks good so far. So we're going in, just following where I cut that crease originally. And we're bringing it down. And feathering it in. So next step is that, see, I have this very, very, very pretty, there's a very pretty shade in this palette. It's Virgin. It's very, like, right there. Very pretty, very shiny, very kind of glittery. And I like it, but it's a little too orange for this look. But I really like the sparkle in it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take that same fluffy, like, brush that we used in the beginning, this bad boy right here. I'm going to clean them off on a microfiber, my microfiber cleansing cloth. And then I am going to pick them up, tap them off, pick up, tap off, and then I'm going to just kind of roll them against the lid like that. So it sets that cream product without, you know, administering a whole lot of the actual color itself. I just kind of want the cream to be set, and I want it to be a little bit brighter. And so since we're not using a flat shader brush, we're not getting maximum color payoff with the shadow. But that's okay, because that's not what I'm looking for right here. We already cut the crease really nice and sharp with the concealer and with that cream product. I just want a little bit more refinement, you know, going on. Beautiful. We do a liner? Trying to think. Let's hold off on the lighter for now. I'm going to pop on my false lashes, and we're going to move on to the face. Where my 90s babies at? Who remembers these cups? These are jam jars. Do they still make jam jars like that? I mean, I don't really mess with jam like that, but I can eat some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches if it means I'll get more of them cups. I mean, I don't know. Is Pokemon even really that big to kids now? Pokemon was life when I was a kid. Pokemon was everything. Alright, she's on. Now we're going to continue on to the face. I'm going to first dust off any type of shadow residue I have with this big fluffy bad boy. Boom. Boom. I'm not going crazy on coverage today. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna go do some food shopping, get some gas in my car, and come right back home to Mikasa. So I am going to be wearing a tinted moisturizer today. I only want to correct my under eyes today. I'm just taking a finger to warm the product up. This is just a kind of a peachy concealer. You can see it's right on my middle finger right there. Very close to my skin tone. Very peachy. But this just helps cancel out darkness and redness. And this is where I miss not having nails, because I can, you know, really get in there with my fingers. I'm lucky to have small fingers. Well, I'm not lucky. There's nothing wrong with having big fingers either. Is this mine? I can get in there. Boom. I'm gonna go over that and soften it with my big old blending sponge. Like I said, I never use this blending sponge, so maybe that's, it does kind of share out the product, but Like I said, we're doing this. This is like makeup therapy, like art therapy today, okay? It doesn't gotta be perfect. You can kind of use your beauty blender, you know, you don't want to use the side with all the product on it. You want to tilt it a little bit to kind of sharpen up that where you have your shadow. I love that. I love a good sharp shadow liner, I gotta tell you. As much as I love soft, beautiful makeup, that's one thing. A sharp shadow line just really does it for me. A little bit around the mouth highlight, you know. Why not? Yo, y'all ever watch Bob Ross? I love Bob Ross. That's my dude. And when I do my makeup, I kind of talk to myself the way Bob Ross talks to his paintings. Like, oh yes, a little mascara smudge, just a happy accident. Blend it out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, every once in a while, take it easy on yourself. Boom. Not bad, champ. I'm just going in with some powder and setting it. I'm a Coty Airspun addict. I'm not setting my entire face because that's my choice. I don't want. You can't make me. You're not my dad. I'm just gonna drop down a little bit of I'm not a baker. I don't bake my shadows, but I mean bake my shadow. I don't bake my face, but I do a little bit to catch my shadows, and I am gonna go underneath with some today, because after looking at my glorious little hint of purple in there, I gotta go ham on my lower lash line. I gotta, you know, I really gotta do it. I gotta put all purple down there. The Lord is telling me. He is directing his sheep into the purple eyeshadow. All jokes, guys, all jokes. We're having a good time today. Me, you, my not a beauty blender. I'm gonna keep calling it that though, because that's what I refer to it as, but think of some loving names I can call my not beauty blender. And let me know in the comments below. Alright. I am going to do a little bit of purple on my lower lash line. I know, like, usually... Sorry, I'm so nosy, I looked out the window. Usually, I do black or white, but why not, you know, mix it up? If it doesn't look good, that's fine. So I am getting a clean angled brush. Oh, let's do this guy. Okay, so this is actually a very old e.l.f. concealer brush. It might even be a lip brush, but it's very, see, that's good for me. I'm going into Sprinkles. It's another AOA buttercream shadow. Look at that. Stunning, beautiful. Your brush. I'm gonna clean it off first. I'm gonna set it with Whisper from that palette. And then I'm gonna blend it out with Wild River. So we have that kind of pop of purple on the lash line and in the inner corners of the halo eye. I think that's nice. I have that down. Now I'm going to go into that fluffier brush again. Same one we've been using. I'm going to dip into Wild River. I'm not too worried about cleaning off this fluffy blending brush because remember we didn't have a lot of product left on it. We had just been using it to kind of melt shadows together. Beautiful. Alright, now I'm going to dust away my bake. And you want to do sweeping outwards motions. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. Now, for the contour, I'm gonna use a chubby stick. I love these. When I work on clients, I use predominantly and only cream foundations. So I do go in with a deeper cream to kind of like contour them. On myself, I like a little bit more pigment, you know, a little bit more drama. So I do go in with a chubby stick. And I just, see, this is the hollow of my cheek right here. We're not going to place it there. We're going to place it up here. Because once it gets blended out, the bottom will be here. And that way you get that lifted look. You place your contour here, you're going to end up with contour on your chin. Okay? But that's no good. That's no bueno. Right there. Look. See? Right there. See? Beautiful. Take a little on the forehead. I have a very round face. Kind of want to slim down in here. Create more length. So we do just like that. Boom. Boom. You almost want to line up your contour with the tip of your ear. So if I have... how do I show you? I'm going to show you using a paintbrush because this is a clean paintbrush and I also use this desk to paint. And this is long enough. See, tip of my ear, boom. Tip of my ear, boom. The more you do this, the better you'll get at it. And to blend that out, I am going to use kind of like this angled brush. It's a Real Techniques brush. This is an old brush. We've been through it together, me and this brush. And I'm going to kind of flick upwards. Just work at it. If it's not blending immediately, that's okay. Just work at it. Just breathe and work at it. It'll eventually, you'll get there. Look, see? Better. I always freak out when I first immediately contour because I'm like, I'm never going to blend this out. And you know what? I always blend it out. It always works out. So think about that. Next time you're stressed out, think, you know what? It's okay. Because eventually, it's going to blend itself out. Beautiful. All right. See, now if I was going out, I'd take a little bit of a lighter concealer, really sharpen up that contour. But, you know, this is makeup therapy today. So we're just going to leave it like that. That's nice and kind of soft. As you can see, when I look onward, it doesn't drag my face down too much. Just really, you know, blend it in. That's good. For the blush today, I have this blush from ColourPop. I never get to wear it. It's Why Hello. It's, you know what the problem is? It's a single pan, and I need to get a magnetic palette. That's why I never get to travel with it. I never get to take it for clients. Today I'm going to be using an angled brush. I'm going to pack it in. Well, not pack it in, but you see what I'm doing. We're tapping it in. Do you remember my Bare Minimals swirl and tap? Swirl and tap, baby. Swirl and tap. Boom. I like kind of a strong blush moment. I'm not going to lie to you. You know how like those girls do that e-girl makeup where they put the blush on their nose? Yo, tell me it doesn't make me either look like a leprechaun or like I'm very ill. I can't pull it off. I wish I could because I think it's so cute. Same thing with fake freckles. I don't really, you know, but I do like a little bit of boom. A little bit of tie in the blush to the whole face. A little bit on the nose. A little touchy touch on the cheek. You know, maybe I'm using a very light hand. You know, I'll swirl that around, make it look like a whole cohesive, like a painting. You want to have a little bit everywhere. Really tie it in. Now I'm using minimal product to do this. I'm just using whatever I have left on the brush. You know, and maybe adding a light tap. I'm just taking that around the face. That's why it doesn't look, it looks a lot more pulled together. You can do that with the bronzer. If you're a bronzer gal, I know some people go hard for that bronzer. You could do the same thing. Take it here, here, boom, boom. And then whatever's left over on your brush, swirl against, like, you know, the center. Make everybody copacetic. Now, where's my fan brush at? Where are my highlighter addicts at? How are you doing? I am going to go into my Kilowatt highlighter from Fenty Beauty. I love this thing. Love it. I always forget that I own it. I'm going into... I want to go a little softer today. I'm going to go into Lightning Dust. Lightning Dust is going to be the more mild of the two over there. You know what? I take back what I said. I like this highlighter. I need a little bit more. I need to punch it up a notch. Kick it up a notch. Who remembers Emerald Lagasse? I do. Where is he? Emerald, come out of retirement. We need you now more than ever. Build horoscope collection. Horoscope collection. I don't remember. It might be, it's called something else. Anyways, this is like literal diamond. Just because we're in the house doesn't mean we can't do a poppin' highlight. Doesn't mean we can't pop off. Doesn't mean we can't be popping. Just cause we at home. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. Want to use a light hand with this because you can look like a disco ball really fast. And just like I did with the blush, once I have just a little bit of product left, I'm gonna boom, take it around town. Blend everybody together like a, you know, you ever watch Bob Ross? Bob Ross paints on a canvas with wet white paint on it, because that way all of his other colors blend into it. We're going to treat it just like a painting. We're just gonna take a little bit of that all around town. Make sure everybody's blended together, everybody's happy, everybody's, you know, boom. Mascara right here. This is the Lash Princess. I've used many mascaras. I go back to this one every time. It's like cement. That does not come off to your eyelashes. I gotta like do oils. I gotta like do like a 3-process cleanse to get this ish off. And it is just the best. I wait till the last minute to do my mascara because what if I get powder on my eyes again? I didn't powder and then you got white lashes. And then you gotta put on more mascara anyway. So to get like the deepest, darkest lash possible, mascara always comes last for me. Take another quick look at my eyebrows, see how they're doing. Where's my little spoolie? I got millions of spoolies. Brush them through, knock off any powder, make sure they're still up and fluffy, that, you know, they showed up to work. Boom. What kind of look should we do today? This is one of my favorites. This is Dusty Rose by Anastasia. Oh yeah, that matches up with Narrows and Wonderlust really well. You see, very pretty. Beautiful. Now we just have to draw in my little, my beauty mark. I like her, so we're gonna draw her in. I'm gonna use this angled brush, and I'm gonna go dip into my brow pomade. Yeah, I'm gonna dip in my brow pomade. I like using my brow color because I use like a light taupe on my eyebrows, so it kind of fits like the color of my, it goes. I'm gonna tap them in a little bit. Nice. I encourage everyone to embrace their beauty spots, birthmarks, everything. I think it's gorgeous. I think it makes you an individual. If you want to cover it up, that's cool too. It's your vote. But I think things like that make us individuals. And now I'm just going to do a little spray and we're done. Alright. I hope you guys really enjoyed coming along for the ride with me today. I'm going to title this Makeup Therapy because that's how I feel about it. I hope you feel the same. I also hope you have a lovely, safe, healthy, happy week, life, eternity, okay? All right, I love you. Thank you so much. Like, follow, and subscribe.